Oh, well. So it's, you can see that there, just gone 5:15. I've actually been awake for about 45 minutes. Happens sometimes. I wake up and then, unfortunately, I got this vlog idea in my head. So if you're a subscriber, you know that I've been getting healthy the last year or so. I've been watching my diet, been changing my diet. One of the things I've used is Huel, and I had this idea that I wonder if I can last the whole day on Huel. And I just started thinking about different things. Actually, it could be just kind of a vlog, lockdown, day with Andy type thing. At this point now, I'm not really sure what the video is going to be. So this could be a bit of a surprise to both of us. But yeah, no, my brain just started going, and now I can't sleep again. So I don't know. I got sort of 5 hours sleep. Maybe I'll have a bit of a catch up later on, but maybe I'll stay in bed and we'll see. Maybe I'll get some more sleep. But when I wake up and there's actual daylight outside, I find it hard to sleep again. Let's run the intro and I'll maybe come back to you in an hour or two and maybe I'll make a bit more sense about what this video is going to be. So I just got up. It's now 5:40 a.m. I've been browsing the internet for the last 10 or 15 minutes because so initially I've had this idea about this Huel only day, but as I say, this video is probably going to be more of just a day in the life of AndroidAndyUK doing bits and pieces. And the next thing that came to me, I'll have to tell a little bit of a story, I suppose. I don't know that I've mentioned, but I won a competition last year. Well, I won a couple of competitions last year based on my cycling. So at work, they put this thing, I'm a member of the sort of cycle club at work, and they put this thing out, have you changed your lifestyle this year? Something, this, that and the other. Oh, go on, Bennett. It's installed a Vast. I just upgraded CCleaner, and I think it installed a Vast, and that's very annoying. I'll have to remove that. Anyway, so I entered this competition at work about, yes, I changed my lifestyle, sent a few pictures and explained what I'd done, and I won the sort of work. And I work in a big company, 60,000 people. Obviously not huge amounts of them cycle perhaps. And then they put me forward to a Halfords national competition, and I won that. So last year I was 2019 Halfords Cyclist of the Year, or something along those lines. I've still not really seen anything particularly official about it. I've tried to find online anything about it, can't see it. I mean, I'm in touch with someone from Halfords, it's real. Anyway, basically I won an e-bike, a Boardman's e-bike worth about £2,000, 2,100, and also a day at the Boardman Performance Centre, which I was actually quite excited about. It's one of the ones where they slap sensors on you, you cycle, and they set your bike up properly for you and tell you facts about you. And I was really looking forward to it. It's about sort of £300 worth, half a day. It looked quite fun for a sort of nerdy, geeky, statty cyclist. And I was booked in to go to the Boardman Centre and be presenting my bike on the 1st of April. And obviously lockdown happened on the 23rd. So that got sort of postponed at this point. And then, I don't know when it was, 2 weeks back, I saw online that they were closing the Boardman Performance Centre. So I emailed the person I've been in touch with. So from a sort of selfish point of view, does that mean I'm not getting a bike fit? Do you do them in any of your shops? What's the situation? And she'd all the way through, this lady, been so apologetic about delays and this, that and the other. So, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. What I've done, here's a voucher. to make up, to cover the bike and the day, do what you want. And she'd attached a voucher for £2,750. It's actually a cycle to work voucher. If you've not used it before, they basically give you a code so that when you're buying your bicycle, you just give a code, and then it normally comes out of your wages over the next 12 or 18 months. But she just gave me this voucher for £2,750. You also get 10% of that value in accessories, so £270 of accessories. So I've kind of got a voucher of about £3,000. And I've been umming and ahhing about what to do with it. Now today is a bit of a sort of almost a special day as well, because I've sold my motorbike. So I've been riding a motorbike for somewhere between 10 and 12 years. And since I've been cycling a lot, I've just not been riding. It's been sat in the garage. I don't think I've ridden it for 2 months. And the problem is when I do come to ride it, the battery's flat. So for the last month or so, the battery had been in my bedroom here on charge or just sitting there waiting. So I, just sell it. So someone's coming later on today to pick that up. I've just thought this morning, actually, as I'm laying there in bed, not being able to sleep, I should actually buy an e-bike, because there are some times when motorbikes are handy around London that, you avoid traffic, it's a lot quicker, or they're a lot quicker. Quite often when I'm working late night, I did used to ride my motorbike to work. Amongst other things, the parking's not good at work, and it's just easier to take my motorbike in a small space. I thought, I won't have that option now if it's a poor day, or if it's a really hot day, I'm going to have to cycle or drive the car. If I cycle, I'm going to get sweaty, this and the other, it's hard work. And I thought, well, maybe I should buy an e-bike. There are some other times getting around London where it's easier on a motorbike, but there will be sometimes I won't necessarily want to cycle. Let's say I'm going into town. Do I want to cycle 8 to 10 miles up and down hills, get all sweaty and tired to do whatever I need to do to come back? I mean, it's not often I go in town, but I thought maybe I should just get an e-bike and use it like as a commuter or a get about London type bike, and not have to worry about, I have to make it up these hills, this, that and the other. So I'm now shopping on treads, because they will take this cycle to work voucher. So I'm trying to just see what my options are, really, I suppose. One of my neighbours might be interested in buying a bike. He'll pay me, I get it on the voucher, a bit of a discount for him, obviously. So a few different options. So that's what I'm doing now. So just get myself a coffee. So the actual inspiration for the video was, as I think I mentioned, that I'm going to try eating just Huel for the day. It might seem a bit of an advert for Huel, which I guess is going to be in some hour, can it not be, because I really like the product. I really do like the product. I've got 4 different flavours that I'm going to kind of use through the day: coffee, chocolate, berry and vanilla. And I'm going to use a bit of, or I may use a bit of almond milk in some of them. There'll be almond milk and sweeteners in. I'm going to allow myself coffees because caffeine is an appetite suppressant, so that helps in the morning. I find it helps in the morning. I don't drink caffeinated coffee after about 2 or 3. I have to switch over to the decaf. But yeah, so my idea was drink Huel, just Huel for the day. I think I need about roughly between 2,400 to 3,000 calories a day. I'm thinking I'm going to go for a cycle. It looks quite nice actually at the moment. The temperature's really dropped off like yesterday and today. So it was 24 degrees on Saturday, today's a Monday. Yesterday I think it was about 16, and today they're saying about 12 degrees. But I'm going to try and go for a cycle at some point, and that's going to burn anywhere from 600 to 1,000 calories, but I don't normally then reconsume the calories I've burnt exercising. So I'm aiming 2,500-ish calories. A Huel drink for me normally is between about 280 to 320 calories, because I normally put around about 70 to 80 grams in a drink. So at some point I'm going to do the maths on how many. I mean, I think it's going to be about 8 of the drinks I need to have through the day. I think the morning I'll need less, so I'll have one for breakfast about 9, and then maybe I'll have lunch, I'll have one at 1 o'clock-ish. So that's 2, so then I've got 6 left to have between 1 p.m. and kind of, let's say, 10 p.m. I might double up for my meal, so maybe I'll have 2 at lunch and I'll have 2 for my evening meal. I've got 2 shakers, so I can have kind of 1 or 2 ready to go, because they're better if you let them sit for a little while in the fridge if you can, for sort of 3 or 4 hours. I think they generally taste a bit smoother. Anyway, I don't know how long this video is. It's not even 6 in the morning. I've probably filmed 7 or 8 minutes. Maybe I've cut it down. Maybe I've saved you the hassle. So I'm gonna have my coffee. I'm gonna keep browsing the internet. I've got some videos to make. I've actually got this is the kind of video I might make, or you think I might make, if I've not really got any videos to do. I've still got 3 or 4 or even 5 different videos that I'm supposed to be making, and I'm just throwing this one in there with it as well. So anyway, let's get me coffee made. So just doing a little prep for one of the videos that I'm doing, which is actually a video about the cameras or the lenses on the Mi Note 10. I don't normally do specific camera videos, but someone asked for it and I thought actually it's quite interesting. It's the first penta camera. 5 lenses, 108 megapixel, one of them. I thought actually it might be a reasonably interesting video, just a bit of a detailed look at how they all perform. For only, I paid 300 and something for the phone, so yeah, just doing a bit of prep for that, and hopefully get it sort of filmed and edited later on. So here we go, drink number 1, my coffee one. I put a spoon of actual instant, not actual, so it's instant coffee. A little dash of caramel actually, it makes it a really nice drink. It's got the almond milk in as well. So this is breakfast. It's actually so nice. That's kind of why I'm thinking I can do this. I can do it all day because I really like them. I love the vanilla, I like the chocolate. The berry one, yeah. But version 3 of Huel's, really nice. Also, me being me, I've planned out my day at the moment. Okay, so how is this going to work? How am I going to get to these calories? What time do I need to be having the different drinks? I think I'm really going to miss biscuits and my protein bars and sort of cookies and things, but this is it for the day. So yeah, I've planned out the day. It's just, well, it's 8:15 now. I'm having this one. I get another one at 11. I'm going to have 2 for lunch, then another one at 3:30ish, then 2 for my evening meal, and 1 at 8 o'clock to kind of keep me going, and then sort of 1 kind of as I'm watching TV at the end of the day. And I've thrown in myself like a quota for 4 coffees. I've had 2 already, and I'll probably have 1 late morning as well, and then it just gives me a spare 1 should I want one later on, and that brings me almost exactly in at 2,750. A couple of my snacky type Huels, they're smaller, so the one at 11 o'clock is around 200 calories. I might go a little bit more than that, we'll see. It's still looking nice out there, but the temperature definitely lower. So I've been looking at kind of cloud cover and temperature. So the temperature goes up through the morning obviously, but the cloud cover gets a bit worse, kind of 10ish, 11ish, well 11ish. So I've decided 10 o'clock. It looks a bit breezy as well, which is never good. Not with those wheels. They really get caught in the wind. So I'm thinking about 10 o'clock I'm going to head out for a ride, about 20 miles. So nothing too crazy. 20 miles should be okay. I carry on with my breakfast. So I actually spent about an hour just sorting the images and putting together my thoughts and planning out the video for the camera review. And I've not even started filming or editing or anything like that. And that's, like I say, probably at least an hour. And now I'm about to re-record a segment of the Pixel 4 iPhone SE head-to-head, because I filmed all of that, did the voiceover, edited, uploaded it to YouTube, and there's a copyright claim against the Eminem music track that I used for the speaker test, which, I don't know, part of me says I was just contesting. Well, it's fair use. I use it for like 15 seconds in the video just to give us a sample of the speakers. Other part of me says it's not worth the hassle, so I'm going to re-record with some DJ Quad's music instead, edit that back in, change any elements of the voiceover that I've got to, re-encode that, get it back uploaded again. It's probably going to take me at least another sort of half an hour or so, and that's on top of the hour or two that I spent editing the head-to-head yesterday. The reason I'm just giving you a bit of behind the scenes, I suppose, in some ways, but also for those people that are out there thinking, I'm going to have a go at a YouTube channel. It's actually a lot of work. It really is. It takes a lot of time, but generally I enjoy it. So you could in some ways argue it's not really work because you're having fun. It's not always. I mean, bits like this, honestly, are a little bit annoying. I've done it once, I've got to have to do it again. Good opportunity for me to pimp my Patreon channel, patreon.com/AAUK. Please do consider contributing a little bit each month. It'd be much appreciated. I've also just popped outside. It looks quite nice out there. So I just popped outside to see what the weather's a bit like, and it's quite chilly actually. It really is quite chilly. It says it's 7 degrees on my Google Home. I mean, I'll be fine. I'll put longer sleeves on. I'll put the longer trousers on if I need. And it is a bit blustery. At least I don't mind so much. When the sun's out, I still can enjoy the ride. So that's coming up in an hour or so, perhaps. So I need to get this done so I can then get out on the bike. So, all set, tyres pumped up. I got a flat on my last ride and I used a CO2 to inflate it, so you're supposed to deflate that and then re-inflate with regular air, because otherwise CO2 seeps out a bit more or easier or something. Still a bit of blue sky, so that's on the plus side. Quite breezy, a bit chilly, but I've got my winter gear back on basically, so let's see how we get on. I'm about a third of the way in. I don't know if you can hear me because it is quite blustery. A little concerned at times. I feel like I'm going to get thrown off the bike, so I'm going a bit cautious, going a bit steady. It's a bit chilly, but having said that, when the sun does actually come out, and if the breeze drops, then it's quite warm. But those are very brief, very rare moments. It looks okay. So not a bad ride, exactly 19 miles, only just over 1200 feet of elevation, which isn't a lot for what I normally do. Moving time of 1 hour and almost 8 minutes. I don't know, I'm reading this all out. I was trying to stick it on the screen here. The important bit, I suppose, 911 calories. That's interesting, because I was not trying, but it looks like I've got a few PRs, which makes always nice. Probably haven't ridden them off 6 efforts, and it's the best. Oh, took a good 8 seconds off my previous best. So there's some good, wow. That's a lot of, mind you, I've probably only ridden this route 6 efforts. That is really odd, because I didn't feel like I was pushing very hard. I thought I'm going to take it relatively easily. Having said that, what was my average watts? 249 watts is not bad. And my average heart rate, 134. So reasonable workout. And when that gets plumbed into my Fitness Pal, that will give me quite an excess. It is also 5 minutes to midday. I've long missed the 11 o'clock Huel drink, so I'm just going to scrub that one from the plan, I think. But I might throw it back in later on, and I might put it up to 300. It was only a 200 calorie drink anyway. I might throw it in later on and put it to 300 calories because I've just burnt 900, so I can afford to push up to sort of 2850, 29 really within the day. Now it's time to start editing together that Mi Note 10 camera review. So I mentioned earlier, I think, unless I've edited it out, but basically I won a voucher from Halfords to basically buy a bike. Well, they were going to send me one, and then all this happened, and they said, look, let's just give you a voucher, you do what you want with it. So I've just been on to Cycle Republic, and I've ordered an e-bike. Kind of treating myself, basically. Be interesting. Part of me says, why do I really want an e-bike? I'm worried that I'll always want to use the e-bike because it just makes hills easy, because hills are things you hate. But at the same time, I love them. Hopefully I'm sure I will. I'm not going to leave this thing hanging up there on the wall. I'll still go and use it. The e-bike is more just for a mode of transport rather than for fitness gains, if that makes sense. So I probably get into work if I've got to head into town or anywhere around London, because the motorbike's being sold. So an e-bike could be really handy. Obviously, a video will come at some point, probably a month or so. It's going to take a while for the bike itself to come. I think it'll be a couple of weeks at least. So, could be interesting that way. Right, I'm hungry now, so it's time for Huel batch 2 and 3, I suppose. So, aside from sitting at my computer, this is where I spend most of my lockdown time. In a huge big beanbag in front of my telly. And yes, I wear my Sony noise cancelling headphones while I'm watching TV, because to be honest, having a decent volume that you can really hear what's going on. I'm in flats, the people upstairs, they used to complain, so I just switched to headphones. And actually, I really like it, because if I wander into the kitchen to get food or whatever, do the washing up even, you can still hear perfectly what's going on, and if you have to, you can turn around to see. But a lot of time, you can just hearing's enough. So I'm quite enjoying the old Huel. It's quite a big one, this one, to be fair, and it's so interesting because I was really hungry as I sat down to start watching TV, so it's interesting to see how filling this will be. Mind you, I'll finish the one and should almost be straight away onto the next one. I've already got the chocolate one sat in the fridge waiting to go. So we'll see how it goes. Right, back to Ozark, I think. And then it still let me, with the voucher, spend the other £700 on a Boardman hybrid, a bit like what I've currently got. This is just to sell. So Christian from Cuba Moto taking the pics of the bike. and he's going to take it away in that van. Sad times, sad times. But it just doesn't get used enough, unfortunately, so makes sense, and maybe in the future a different bike. A bit of it, doing a bit of it depart. Just don't drop it. Actually, that'd be good for the views if you did. So. Oh really?
Hold on.
Brilliant. So there it goes. That's a little bit emotional actually. This is, I'm without a motorbike for the first time in about 12 years. And that's such a good bike, such a good bike. I don't think I'll regret it. I don't think, because I'm just not riding. I've got to keep reminding myself. So I keep thinking, should I have done that? That's an amazing bike. It's almost like my dream bike and I've just sent it away. But I just got to keep reminding myself, I'm not riding it. There's no point in sitting in my garage. My insurance is due this month. I think it was £600 odd last year. I just can't justify it. So I stick with cycling. So I actually am editing that Mi Note 10 camera video now. Been in about half an hour. The good thing is, because I spent the time prepping this morning, so I've got, it's not a script, but I know what I'm going to say about each photo. I've set the photos in an order, so I can literally just drop them in, read through the script, or say what I need to say, should I say, and then move on to the next sort of bunch of photos. So all the prep work I did, kind of paying off at this point. I don't think there's really any improvements. So now we're on to the macro lens. An image is here, 1600 by 1200, and we're talking like a meg in size. You do actually have to get really close to the subject, and then I found the biggest issue is my shadow getting in the way of the photos. Well, that and focus, it seemed to struggle a little bit. Maybe it's just me not getting the right distance. I don't know, it seemed to be I got too close, it got out of focus. I'd back away again, it got a bit out of focus. So, and the images aren't particularly great. It's kind of fun, but I would say it's far from needed. That's a wrap, people. Actually, it's not. I've still got lots more to do. Ah, there we go. So that's the video edited and encoding. It's only a 10-minute video in the end. And it's going to be done in 3.5 minutes, but I just spent about an hour or so on that. So to give you a rough idea, the planning and the editing, probably 2.5 hours. Then there's all the getting the different photos, taking the actual video. There's probably somewhere between 3 and 4 hours involved in that, and it's a 9-minute video, so it's not too bad, I suppose. But the return on that, I mean, financially, if I'm lucky, £4 or something like that. I mean, it really isn't a good pound an hour sort of thing. But again, it's, I don't know, hopefully, you know, partly I enjoy it, and honestly, hopefully it just helps somebody. And maybe I get some more subscribers. Obviously, even though this one video might only be £4 if I'm lucky, you never know. It might go big, it might get big, massive, and it might just get me more subscribers, and who knows how it might help. But anyway, it is now 6:15, and I'm a little hungry, so it's time for, I mean, technically I think I'm due 2 shakes now. One of them's sat in the fridge, the other one I've not made up just yet. I'm going to do an iced coffee with a bit of caramel in for that one. And it seems to be going okay so far, the whole Huel thing. I kind of have a bit of a craving for like a cookie or a brownie or something. One of my protein ones, not totally reckless, but I'm not gonna. It's even a yogurt. I do fancy one of my yogurts, but I'm gonna stick to it. I'm adamant that today will just be Huel. I mean, I say that at about 3 o'clock this morning, I did have like a Kellogg's crispy bar, which I guess as long as I don't eat anything other than Huel until 3 or 4 the next morning, it's 24 hours is going to be completed. I also hope, I always get worried when videos get really long. Most people say, no, I really enjoy the long videos. No one's yet gone, yeah, shut up, you moron. But I'm guessing this one's probably getting quite long at this point. I have no idea because I'm doing lots of small recordings rather than one long recording. I haven't got a clue how long this might be, but I'm assuming we're up to about 20 minutes now. I suppose I've not really got that much else going on tonight. I'm glad I've got this video done. I'm going to give myself a break. I'll start on the next video. I need to actually get the Mi Note 10 review video done. So maybe I'll do a bit of planning for that tonight. Maybe I'll give myself a break and leave that till tomorrow. Depends if any of the boys are about. I might play some Overwatch online. Again, with the lockdown, there's not a great deal more you can do. I haven't really talked about the lockdown up to this point, I suppose, have I? If I'm honest, I'm quite enjoying it. So how has it been different for me? I'm still going to work. Initially, I was annoyed and frustrated that some people get to sit at home and they're going to get paid full pay. A lot of people that, well, some of them that I have worked with and other people that work in the same business as me, they're going to get to sit at home and get paid full pay. And would I prefer to do that? Maybe. I mean, the amount of time I've got this week off and I'm going to love the week. The amount of time I'm spending making videos and cycling and just watching great TV. I probably would really have enjoyed it. But at the same time, I quite like that I've been able to keep a level of normality in my routines in going to work and stuff like that. So that's one thing. The roads are so clear when I'm cycling. There's generally, there's just not many cars around. I mean, I found so many new routes while we've been on lockdown, thanks to Strava. I did do a video, if I remember, which I'm sure I won't. I'll pop a link up top. It's found me 4 or 5 or 6 other really good routes that I've been enjoying. Probably 60 to 70% of them I might not be able to do when lockdown ends because it'd just be too much traffic, but we'll see. So I love not having the traffic about. I live in the flat with my brother. His room is the one there, but he's isolating with his girlfriend in Cambridge. So I've got the flat to myself. I've had the flat to myself for, what's it been, 6, 7, maybe even 8 weeks now. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I have the beanbag out for me watching TV. I can stroll around naked. I mean, I don't, if I'm honest, I don't, but I can if I wanted to. I can go in the living room and watch whatever I want, whenever I want. It is nice. If he ever moves out and moves in with his girlfriend, I think I'll just find a way to deal with the mortgage myself. I mean, I'll have less disposable income, but that's fine. You guys will need to support me more. But yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to live with anyone random. I could maybe live with a mate, with a friend, but even then, it's just, I don't think you can. Well, maybe you can. Like I say, I don't think you can fully relax unless you're on your own sometimes, and maybe that's not true, because if you know people well enough, you'll still do whatever you want, I suppose. But I am really enjoying having the place to myself at the moment. Anyway, time for something to eat and watch a bit more TV. Maybe Killing Eve. There's another episode of Killing Eve. I have often wondered, waffling some more, if I should do more about the TV programs. I watch a lot of TV, but it's all targeted, I suppose. It's on demand. I don't just sit down in front of the TV, start flicking through. It kind of annoys me, or I almost find, why would you do that in this day and age? So I just finished Gangs of London yesterday, which is a Sky production. It's on Sky, it's on Now TV. That's really good. 9 episodes, each one's about an hour long. I liken it to Peaky Blinders. Some actors are in Peaky Blinders that are in Gangs of London, but sort of a modern version. That's very good. Just started on Ozark. Episode 1 was really good, really sort of quite tense and gripping and interesting. Episode 2 is a bit slower, not so great. So we'll see where that one goes. A lot of people sing its praises. Killing Eve, definitely worth a watch. I'm watching that at the moment. And The Blacklist, I think I might have an episode waiting of. That's pretty good. Christopher, what's his name? Is it Christopher Walken? No. What is his name? I've totally forgotten his name and I'm not going to remember it now. But the guy that plays Raymond Reddington, That's annoying me because normally I do know his name because I can say he did an amazing job playing Raymond Reddington. He's a fantastic character. Anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments if you think, yeah, I'd watch you, Andy, talk about TV shows in a bit more detail than I just did. Then let me know. Anyway, right, time to eat and time to watch some TV. So, bit of time for some Overwatch. Hello mate, you right? So, just making my last one of the day. Gotta be honest, I do feel quite hungry. Normally if I felt like this, it's about 10 to 10 at the moment. If I felt like this at this time, this is when I'd be munching on biscuits and things and just trying to get my stomach to a position where I think I'll sleep alright through the night. But I'm kind of determined. I've gone this far. I've gone this far on just the Huel. I think it'd be a bit silly to sort of stop now, basically. It's only a small one, only a bit more water in that though. I mean, I think this will be about a bit of a smaller one, so it gets a bit thicker, it feels a bit more filling perhaps. So I'm at about 2,500 calories, which you know, it should be okay. It's a good amount. It's a smallish amount. I think I said at the beginning that anywhere between sort of 2.7 and 3 is fairly normal for me. So 2.5-ish is fine. I do feel, I mean, yeah, it's not good, just liquid all day just isn't good. I do feel like I've not felt like I've eaten, you know, well, I mean, obviously I've not eaten something solid. God, my brain is shutting down perhaps. Yeah, and I just feel I'm full of liquid washing around all the time. It'd be interesting if I sleep or if I wake up. I think I'll wake up at 12-ish, 1-ish, and I'm going to have to try so hard not to come and munch a brownie or something. I mean, I'm also very tired, 5 to 10, because I've been up since 4:15. So I'm going to watch an episode of The Blacklist and then head to bed. I'll say my goodbyes now just in case I don't come back. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. I don't know how long this has been. I know I've done a lot of waffling. My vlogs often are a little bit sort of lower paced. Not that my tech reviews are high paced necessarily, but my vlogs often are a bit more lower pace and just kind of a bit more casual. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe. Check out my other vlogs if you like this one, if you haven't seen them already. Check out other videos on the channel. Patreon.com/AAUK. And I'll catch you guys again soon. Hey! I got him on one-handed. I just remembered his name. James Spader, and he's brilliant as Raymond Reddington. That was it.